Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about my new Aventon electric bike. I've wanted an electric bike for some time now. I rode one back when I was pregnant with Brogan and I loved my experience with it. I've wanted one ever since, but we didn't really live in a bike-friendly area before. Now living in Long Beach, a lot of people bike. There's kind of a joke that so many people bike that bikes get stolen all the time. There's actually like an ongoing joke here where people sell t-shirts that say I got my bike stolen in Long Beach. Bikes are super popular here. We've wanted an electric bike for a long time. We were at the point where we felt like it made sense for us. We have one car, so having an electric bike almost doubles as a second vehicle. When we moved here, we were riding both of our bikes almost every day, if not every other day, sometimes up to 10, 15 miles a day. Micah has a really nice bike. My bike really wasn't keeping up as well, especially with having Brogan. We usually pull him in a trailer with Micah's bike. It just makes the experience hard for all of us because my bike wasn't that great anymore and his bike had to pull a trailer behind it with a 40-pound baby in it. So when I knew I wanted an electric bike, I started doing some research. There is an influencer who lives kind of close to me, Callie Fuller. She has the adventure bike and she rides it all the time, it seems like. She's always posting about it. So that got me introduced to Aventon. After that, I went on their website and did some research looking at their different models to see which one would be the best fit for us. With us having a toddler, I wanted something that could either pull a trailer or have a kid's seat on the back, preferably a kid's seat, and they had one model that allowed for that, which was their Level. I read through all of the Level's reviews, the good and the bad, and it seemed like it had a lot of positive reviews. I looked at other brands as well. Through my research and looking on Reddit and different cycling forums, it seemed like Aventon was a pretty good brand, and they're based out of Southern California, so we were able to get our bike pretty quickly. We went with the Aventon Level step-through version so that I can get on and off of it a little bit easier. We did the medium large instead of the small medium because the medium large goes up to 5'11", and with Micah being 6'6" and me being 5'10", we wanted the biggest bike possible. If we wouldn't have gotten the step through, we could have gotten the large. For some reason, the non-step through version has small, medium, and large, and the large goes up to 6'2", but I didn't think those extra 3 inches really mattered all that much when this was going to be my primary bike, so we went with the step through. We ordered it in earth gray, which essentially just kind of like a charcoal dark gray color. And I wanted to add, I'm not sponsored by Aventon. I don't think Aventon knows even who I am. I did not receive this bike for free or discounted. I'm just sharing it with you because I really like it a lot. Now, Aventon, if you're watching this and you do want to work together, please let me know. I would love nothing more. My email is open. So the Aventon Level has a top speed of 28 miles an hour and has a throttle and pedal assist. The pedal assist has 5 different speeds. The throttle, if you just wanted to ride throttle only goes up to 20 miles an hour, which is fine. I prefer using the pedal assist with the throttle being like an added little boost when I need to get going from a stop or something. Micah likes to ride it with just the throttle. So there's different ways you can do it. Like I said, the Level is the only one that they listed compatible with the Topeak Babyseat that we wanted. The Topeak Babyseat was like the only baby seat on the market that would fit my very large 2.5-year-old who is still growing like a Great Dane puppy. It has a rear rack over the back wheel that can support weight, so we picked that one. They were actually out of stock of the Topeak Babyseat when we ordered our bike, so we had to buy it from a bike shop around here, which is totally fine. The Level had 5 stars on Aventon, which was very encouraging, and like I said, it had the least negative reviews that were worrying. We ordered the bike on Father's Day because they were doing a special where you got $200 worth of accessories for free. Normally it takes 3 to 5 days for processing before you get your shipping date. It took a little bit longer, I think, because they had that sale going on. It ships from Southern California, which is where we live. We got it last Friday. I'm filming this now on Saturday, so it's a week and a day later. We've ridden it 80 miles so far and I love it so much. When we first got it, Micah's first impression of it was that it was kind of heavy. We weren't really used to it. He said that he didn't really like it compared to his bike. He liked his bike a lot more. So I was like, that works out perfect because it can just be my bike and you can ride your bike and put in all the effort on your own bike. But I think that was because it still needed some tweaking. So we had it put together by a bike shop out here and I had to bring it home in my car, which was kind of my own fault, kind of weird. So I had to bring it back and get an adjustment because something shifted during that. So I rode it back there, which was 7 miles, and it was totally fine. It was a great ride, all on like the road and bike lanes, and it worked out perfectly. Got there, they adjusted adjusted the problem, and then they actually offered to raise the handlebars. I had to buy an aftermarket stem to raise the handlebars up because that is the one thing about the level. The handlebars are kind of low. It's more of a traditional cycling style where you're kind of bent over the handlebars, and I don't love that. My wrists are kind of sensitive to that. So they put a taller stem on it for me, which raised it up about 3 or 4 inches so I can hold the handlebars out in front of me, which is way more comfortable. So I recommend if you get the level and you feel a little bit of that wrist pressure to see if you can get a taller stem for your handlebars. After they put that on there and I brought it home, Micah ended up riding it to go pick up Brogan that evening, and he loved it. He said it was way better and super fun to ride, almost like a mini motorcycle or kind of like a moped, but not. Micah had mixed feelings at first, but he definitely has come around on it. We rode it today down to the beach. There's a park on the beach and we rode around this whole trail. We rode for about 45 minutes and he rode the electric bike the whole time. And of course he loved it because you can turn up or down the pedal assist as you need. You can just ride with the throttle. Very hands-off approach to biking, which I love. So we paid $17.99 for the bike, and then we got $200 of accessories for free. We got a massage gun, like an Aventon brand massage gun, kind of like a Theragun, which we really enjoyed. We got a bell for the bike, which I can't imagine myself using, but I'm glad that it's on there. We got a water bottle holder, and then I got a helmet, which I think is so cute. It kind of looks like a horseback riding helmet, but you know, it's cuter than a lot of other bike helmets you see out there. Not that bike helmets need to be super cute, but of course, if they can be cute, why not let them be cute? So I like that helmet a lot. It feels very sturdy. We paid $100 to have it assembled by a Aventon licensed bike shop. Brought them the box and they completely assembled it, which was phenomenal. And then I paid $34 for a handlebar extender, which was my choice. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I need to get a new seat for it. The seat is completely fine that they sent it with, but I'm just a huge baby and I like really soft seats. I have like a gel cover on it right now, but I want to just probably get a seat that has that built into it, or a really nice gel cover. I'm not positive yet, but the seat is a little stiff, as most bike seats are. This isn't like your everyday just super casual cruiser bike. This is an e-bike that's meant to be able to be taken on trails and up mountains, and I'm not using it necessarily for its designed purpose, but I think it works out really well as a second vehicle. I also bought a lock for it, which was $60, and I got the what's the brand? I'll put whatever the brand is on screen, but I got the extended version. It's a chain covered in fabric and it's a key lock, which I love. And I can weave it through the front tire and around the frame and then lock it to whatever I need to lock it to. And I've had great success with that. I put my helmet through it and everything, and it's been phenomenal. My first kind of longer ride with it was a 30-minute bike ride, and I rode it home and it was great. And then that weekend is when I rode it to get it adjusted by the bike shop. So I rode it 7 miles there. Now, I try not to overcharge it because I want to preserve the battery life. I forgot to charge it after riding it for an hour. So when I left for the bike shop, it was half battery. When I got there, it was like a quarter battery. So I thought I could probably make it home because I used a quarter to get there and a quarter back, but I was incorrect. I almost made it home. I made it 5.5 of the 7 miles back when it died. So it's actually kind of nice to see what it was like when it died. The screen never turned off. It just slowly got slower and slower and slower until I realized it was just my own power pedaling it forward. My review of riding it with no electricity, it's definitely pretty heavy. Like getting it going from a stop when crossing a street was a little harder than your everyday mountain bike, but all in all, it was completely fine to ride. It was comfortable. I'm not very strong and I was still able to do it myself. I rode it about 8 miles an hour the rest of the way home, so it took a little bit longer to get that last 1.5 miles home, considering I was going about 20 miles an hour before that the rest of the way. And I could have used less pedal assist to get myself probably all the way home with what little battery I had, but the first big chunk of the ride was on busier roads in bike lanes, so I felt like it was more important to have my battery then and to move a little bit quicker to get myself to a residential area where it ultimately died. So they sent us a charger. We just plug it in the garage. It's great. I love the bike so much. I'm so glad we got it. I have genuinely no regrets, no complaints about it. It's a great bike. I really, really recommend it a lot. And if for some reason, Callie Fuller, you see this video, thank you so much for recommending this bike to your followers, because it ultimately led to us getting it and we like it so much. Riding with Brogan on the back is definitely an adjustment. The first time we put him in it, I had trouble with the balance and Micah had to like catch it because it's really heavy to have a kid over the back tire. So when we were trying to load him in, it's a lot. Now that I have the feeling and I understand the balance, it's kind of like riding what I assume riding with someone on the back of your motorcycle is. You have to get used to that feeling, but once I got used to it, it's so easy now. And I just move a little bit slower on turns and everything, but it's completely fine. It balances fine. Like I said, I'm not very strong. I have no trouble riding with him on the back, and we can go just as fast if I wanted to. I make sure to put him in a helmet and everything and strap him in really good. Brogan loves it. I love it. Micah loves it. We love our Aventon level so much. And like I said, this is not a sponsored review. This is just a genuine review, and we would love to get a second one someday so that me and Micah can ride together, because of course right now whoever has the electric bike is having a much easier time when we go for bike rides because the other person is burning out their thighs trying to pedal to keep up with the electric bike. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this isn't my usual content, but I love sharing my life with you and sharing things that I love. I hope that you guys found value in this and that maybe someday you'll get an electric bike or an Aventon bike of your own. You'll end up loving it and it'll be because you saw this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have an electric bike, if you have good or bad experiences with it or any funny stories. I would love to read it. I always love reading your comments. I do my best to get back to them if I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.